Good morning readers. I, Harish Budhu, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles. Opinion paper. This 16th of July 2020. In year 1979, I won the scalps of 2 ministers for stealing a few tens of thousand rupees. And today? In medieval times, this was a deeply held popular belief. The king was a godsend supernatural who meant only good to his people, who thought and dreamt but the best of interests of his country. Is there any such king around? 1. Warm greetings. Welcome to this 16th of July 2020 opinion paper. It will address 2 current issues today. Our reading of the situation should not necessarily be that of yours too. It could well be wrong. Utilize it but as a basis to make your own judgment. One article takes some 7 to 8 hours to write. No problem from our part, it is our mission. Do your fair share now. Share to help others. Take care. Have a great evening. 2. Listen, young friends. This is your column. A. Last Monday, I met a group of students and their parents. Out of the 8 young readers, 2 showed me their diaries. They write down the English expressions every day and reread them. Great. The other 6 have promised to follow their example. All were surprised to see the mine of information in my own diary. Daily recording is my favorite way of learning. It is tried and tested. B. Yesterday's article, we had highlighted 28 English expressions and phrases for you. And we had consulted the 4 dictionaries 39 times. Unfortunately, there was a small mistake on page 8, last line. We had repeated the word no twice. Sorry. 3. Systematic and systemic culture of laissez-aller, laissez-faire and laissez-passer, has institutionalized corruption at the highest ever level, and the country is on bended knees and bankrupt. A. This paper is a follow-up to those of yesterday and all the previous ones. It goes without saying that the title speaks for itself. And it is pregnant with meaning. Lest we forget, we hasten to add that our Facebook tells us that we have written many more articles on corruption than on any other subject matter. B. Just for the record, a last reminder. No politician can equal my record as far as the fight against corruption and the net result are concerned. History is eyewitness since year 1976. We say it in all modesty. No crowing. No patting ourselves on the back. And no bathing in my own reflected glory. It is all history. C, which all means that I know how the country is being looted, crime is being committed in broad daylight. The law enforcement authorities are made dormant, public attention is distracted and diverted, the population is anesthetized, cajoled, hoodwinked, and lulled into a false sense of security, some journalists are hired and a section of the press bought over, laws are tailor-made for the looters' requirements, cult of personality is created and encouraged to divert attention, the looters excel themselves in blaming, shaming and naming others, to hide their own criminal activities, and you name it, white-collar crimes are carried out with total impunity and complete immunity. D. Way back in the 1980s now. Take the case of the Pays loot. Satya Bharat Kola Hall house was made of wood and iron sheets. But the property was in a prime location, overlooking the motorway. Anirudh Jugnauth's client, Nanku, was notorious for his criminal activities, especially misappropriating money, goods, properties, etc. In the Pays prescribed land, Nanku gave a portion to his own lawyer, Anirudh Jugnauth. It was all illegal for a legal man. He became proprietor of a stolen property. And years later, he was the Prime Minister. He utilized and exerted terrible pressure on the poor man. Police and the judiciary, both, had been cowed into submission. Just imagine, Patrice Lagos, the attorney, Satya Bharat Kola Hall, his 2 old witnesses, Mrs. Orkambit and Mr. Ramdi, were all arrested on the grounds of false affidavit. Anirudh was Prime Minister. He was the plaintiff. He was absent when the case was called. Case was struck out. He should have been arrested then and there. And the case dragged on for some 18 years. 5 of the main witnesses were dead when the case was finally heard by the Supreme Court: Patrice, Nunku, Kola Hall, Imamdi and Mrs. Orcambid. Do you need any further proof how some top politicians made and are making quick and easy money by bending the law enforcement agencies? All told, that was then in the 1980s and 1990s. And today? In year 1979, I had won the corruption case against 2 Labour Party ministers, though 2 big sharks had escaped from my clutches. The 2 convicted ministers could have stolen a few tens of thousands. Today, the fraud is by thousands of millions. It is one and same modus operandi of An Rude Jug North. All the law enforcement authorities are cowed into submission. Impunity means immunity. Hero worship takes its toll world over. In medieval times, this was a deeply held popular or common belief: the king was a godsend supernatural. He meant only good to his people. He did not think evil. And to dream evil of him was a sin. Are there kings around? Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.